From a mere model to popularly known as the Glamour Queen, Hilda Isabel GorrindoSarli was an Argentine actress known for her roles in a series of sexualized films produced by Armando Bó in the 60s and 70s. The beautiful Isabel became the icon of Argentina, and this is exactly what we are going to look at in today's video. So without further ado, let's get to it. Early life. Born into a poor family in 1929, in Entre Rios province, Argentina, Isabel Sarli was the beautiful daughter to Antonio Gorrindo and Mara Elena Sarli. Her father cast aside the family when she was 3 years old. He went off, leaving everyone behind, including Isabel, her little brother, and her mother, after which they later migrated to Buenos Aires. The family suffered a tragedy after her only brother, who was her youngest sibling, died at the age of 5. It was not long after that her father tried to contact her. However, she refused his request in an aggressive manner. From then on, she never looked back on her life. In order to help her mother, Sarli took on a part-time job as a secretary in a publicity agency and learning to handle several departments with time. While working as a secretary, she was offered to do work as a model, and it was then decided that she would quit her job. Her debut. While working as a model on a TV show in June 1956, she met Armando Bó. Bó was a famous Argentine director, screenwriter, and producer. Bó offered her a role in the film El Trueno, Entre la Joya, which in English translates as Thunder Among the Leaves. For the movie, Sarli was persuaded by Bó to be nude in a scene where she bathed in a pool, although she had been told she would be wearing a flesh-colored body stocking. The film was shot from afar, and that the camera had no magnification capabilities. In Argentine cinema, this film was the first to feature full frontal nudity. She went on to become a Latin American celebrity who made international headlines for her nudity. She was the first Argentinian actress to be featured in Time, Life, and Playboy magazines. She is crowned Miss Argentina in 1955 and had the opportunity to meet then Argentine President Juan Domingo Perón. Taking a step forward, to their surprise, Bó and Sarli fell in love, and she became the main character in his films until he died in 1981, with the exception of Leopoldo Torre Nilsson in the film Setenta veces Siete, which in English translates to The Female 70 times 7, and Dirk de Villiers on The Virgin Goddess. Sarli turned down several offers to work with other directors during the period. Bó's films were divisive at the time, and the majority of them were banned, but the ban aided their popularity. Many of Sarli's films were considered to be excessively explicit in Argentina, where they were usually shown in shortened and often expurgated versions. However, they did not encounter as much opposition in the United States. This might be a bit strange, but it was noteworthy given that it was true. While Fuego was banned in Argentina, it was allowed to appear in New York in theaters in 1969. With films like Fuego and Fibre, Sarli found huge success in the United States and Europe. She was Most Photographed Magazine's model and was the greatest award winner of all time. It is said that she was called Coca by her mother. However, this was her nickname, gaining attention around the globe. Her films were banned by churches and military dictatorships. Her sexually charged shows drew crowds from all over the world. Her exuberant, sensual on-screen presence drew praise from filmmakers all over the world, as well as adoration from the press. Isabel Sarli, an Argentinian actress who starred in several hyper-stylized dramas in the 60s and 70s, was a pivotal figure in her country's film history. Sarli's appearances during this period rivaled the suggestive eroticism of Marilyn Monroe, whose career peaked about the same time. But American audiences have been largely unaware of her accomplishments. The Sexy Goddess. Isabel, on the other hand, was given an opportunity because of her shapely body, which resembled a sexy goddess. Female celebrities who are viewed as sex icons are often subjected to dangerously oppressive levels of scrutiny, as shown by the tragic careers of Marilyn Monroe and Lindsay Lohan. Sarli, on the other hand, avoided this fate by sticking to her family ties. She continued to work after her early roles. The Bó-Sarli partnership was a huge hit, and her star continued to rise in Argentina. Turning down collabs. Sarli left the film industry after Bó's death in 1981, but returned in the mid-90s for Jorge Polaco's picturesque film La Dame Regresa. The film was primarily influenced by her life and public image, and it serves as a kind of homage. Though she was already well known around the globe, she turned down offers to collaborate with Robert Aldrich in the United States, as well as 2 offers from England to star in the Hammer Film Production, The Two Faces of Dr. Jekyll, and the American co-production The Guns of Navarone. Directing films. On the other hand, Sarli worked frequently in Latin America under Bó's supervision. She directed La Diosa Impura in Mexico, Desnuda en La Reina in Panama, Lujuria Tropical in Venezuela, along with Favela and La Leona in Brazil. In 2009, she reunited with Polaco for a cameo role in the film Arroz con Leche. In 2011, she acted in the film Mida con Gloria, in which she played the role of a character who was based on herself. Her first major role since 1996, La Dama Regresa, was in this film. Though the film did not receive the expected attention from the public, Sarli said that the film's poor reception was due to its poor promotion. Personal life. Before meeting Armando Bó, Isabel was actually married to Ralph Heinlein until they later separated. Bó and Sarli never married, despite sharing common beliefs. Sarli adopted 2 children, son Martin and Isabelita, her goddaughter. In June 2016, after a while, she and her daughter Isabelita moved to Martinez, Buenos Aires. Recognition. With Isabel, Argentinian actor Gaston Pauls and Spanish director Lex de la Iglesia, along with Argentinian film critic Diego, produced the documentary Carne sobre Carne, Intimidad de Isabel Sarli, which in English translates to Flesh on Flesh, Isabel Sarli's Personal Matters, in 2007. It's a well-received tribute that includes censored content, rehearsals, anecdotes, and interviews, as well as deleted scenes from her films. Sarli was elected Argentine Ambassador of Popular Culture by Argentina's President, Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, on October 12, 2012. Under Decree 1876-2012, the official gazette of the Argentine Republic stated, Isabel Sarli is considered a true representative of the national culture, as much for her acting skills in films as for being considered a popular icon of her day and an emblematic figure of Argentine cinema. Going international. In 2010, the movie Fuego had its U.S. debut at the festival at New York Lincoln Center, where the film was shown with English subtitles. The cover, Isabel Sarli, a sex bomb at Lincoln Center, Time magazines, was covered by Richard Corliss, who was a film critic at the time. In Argentina, the word, "What do you want from me?" has become a catchphrase, although it was taken from the film Carne. The term was actually used in the famous film Y el demonio creó los hombres. According to film director John Waters, Isabel Sarli's films influenced some of his own. In April 2018, John Waters visited Argentina to present Fuego and met Sarli, the iconic figure. Sarli starred in all of Bó's films as a sensational figure and as a classic icon of sex symbol of her country, and even she went on to be recognized as a significant persona across the globe. After Bó's death in 1981, she virtually retired from her profession. Ever since the 1990s, her films have been re-evaluated for their camp and kitsch content, and she has since been acknowledged as a pop icon who has been hailed as cult classics and recognized as an actress of note. Being in a part of her professional and personal partnership with Armando Bó was extremely important to both of their careers. Since their first feature film, El Tyranno Entreo, they have made 30 more films, and those included the cult classic Flesh and Blood, as well as Carne and Prison Pit. It was no small feat for Sarli to establish herself as a household name in places like Mexico, Paraguay, and Panama, but also in countries far beyond, such as the USA, Russia, and Japan, taking her last breath. She died on 25 June 2019. Isabel Sarli will always be remembered for her film career, which brought her from being Miss Argentina in 1955 to become one of the biggest names in erotic cinema around the world. She was a muse to John Waters, even allowed himself to take part in this year's event the day before she died, and he even met with her and the press afterward as a tragic act of last-ditch effort to promote his art. She's notable for being beautiful and self-assured, but people remember her for having outstanding courage. There is an interest in people remembering her looks and her inner beauty on the screen because she is beautiful and comfortable in her own skin on the silver screen. Isabel's faith in her ideas allowed her to take great chances in every realm of life, and that was what had made her who she was. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll never miss any of our new upcoming videos. I'll see you in the next video.